agriculture, with the farm, with this kind of stuff, you can say this is agri-tourism. And at the same time, in agri-tourism, we offer different things. We fund, entertainment, and same time learning. And why agri-tourism is important? If I am the son of farmer, but my father never want I will be farmer. If somebody sitting here who is the son of farmer, his father never want his daughter or son will be the farmer. You know what is the reason? Reason is that agriculture, according to the people mindset, is not a successful career and not a rich sector. You cannot earn a lot of money. You need to grow one crop and you need to wait minimum 6 months for the output from that crop, because we are not daily earning anything from the sector of agriculture. But at the same time, when we add the element of agri-tourism inside the agriculture, we can earn money on the daily basis. We can earn a lot of money, we can make a lot of money, the same crop, the same farm, the same investment from the farm. Nowadays in world, 33.5 billion sector of economy of all over the world is belong to agri-tourism sector. But in Uzbekistan, on that sector, that is actually the example and successful example in Uzbekistan. If I explain little bit example about agri-tourism in Uzbekistan, if you see in the front of my presentation, Khiva Silk Road workshop, it's like little bit relevant to agri-tourism. Actually, it's not a proper agri-tourism example, but it's, you can say, if we implement the same kind of things in the kind of forms, we can earn a lot of money. We can offer different kind of workshops, we can offer different kind of trainings inside the farms, then we can earn different money. In the Khiva, they are taking $20 per person and they are earning 200,000 USD dollars every year from the sector of Silk Road workshops. If the next example I show you is the golden valley of wine industry, every year you see 250,000 USD dollars they are earning from the wine industry. But same time in Uzbekistan, if you know Uzum Forum, they have very good farm, they have very good developed agri-tourism sector just 10 kilometers away from my university. So they are taking this sector inside of that farm, but unfortunately it's not until now it's successful. But what I see in future, it will be more successful. Nature ecotourism camp, same time if I am against of relating between ecotourism and agri-tourism, same time I am also including the example of ecotourism inside of my presentation of agri-tourism. But what I want to explain, this tourism and agri-tourism is totally different. But I am showing this kind of example. If it will be success in Uzbekistan and it's already successful in Uzbekistan, you can say the future, if we implement the same kind of farms in the sector of agriculture, we can get the same kind of income in the farm sector. If you see here, there is the ecotourism example in Uzbekistan that's already successful and people are going there. And who is from Uzbekistan, he know very well. We Uzbek, including me, like if we say after 6 years living in Uzbekistan, we love to spend our time with our families. We love to cook shashlik. We love to go with friends. We love to spend time with our friends, colleagues outside. You know dacha concept in Uzbekistan very well. There is in mountains, you can rent apartment for 1 day and you can spend your time. When this concept is started in Uzbekistan, who is expert of tourism, he know more than me, this concept is considered it will be not successful. You see, we have no so many foreigner tourists for this dacha concept, but still it's successful. People are building their houses, places, spending millions or thousands of USD dollars, and they are earning a lot. They are giving this one whole apartment in $150, $200. We as a family, we Uzbeks, we go in the dacha in mountains, we cook shashlik, we swim, we play games, and we spend time with the friends. Same time, we have no place in Tashkent to be go and cook by ourselves. And the same time, agri-tourism is more easy in Uzbekistan because we don't have farm too away from the city. If I consider example of Pakistan, from Islamabad to farm, it's minimum almost 60 kilometers away. Almost 100 kilometers away, 150 kilometers away, because we have two big cities. But if you move from Tashkent to just almost 15 or 20 kilometers away, farms are agriculture farms are start from my university from Kibrai. So it means it's easy accessible and they can build agri-tourism very easily. So agri-tourism for Ghana Valley, if you see, they are earning almost 430,000 USD dollars every year from the tourists. But at the same time, they are doing this thing in the cities, not in the way of agriculture. Many of us, because I am Samarkandi, so I know very well there is a paper factory in Samarkand. You know, it's too far from the city. But every tourist who come to Samarkand, he mostly visit that place of factory because it's interesting for him how Samarkand papers are going to build. So I am putting some example. It's not implemented fully in Uzbekistan, but it's little bit different, but it can be in the same term of agri-tourism. You see how beautiful culture we Uzbek have. And Uzbekistan culture is most relevant to the rural culture. If you went to the Ministry of Tourism and when we enter in the gallery, they have in the gallery example of agri-tourism, but they never think about the implement of policy of agri-tourism. So we have beautiful culture in our villages. Our bread is too famous. People come to Uzbekistan just for the bread, their fragrance, how to prepare bread. If the rural areas start the making of bread and inviting people, there is a huge income potential in the sector of agri-tourism. If you see Bukhara Silk Road Festival, if Bukhara organizing this kind of festival inside the city, at the same time we can organize a lot of festival inside of rural area where we can get almost a very good response, not from only a local tourism, but at the same time from the foreign tourism. Now I will show you some example what I implement. Whenever I come to stage, being being an entrepreneur, I need to show some example what I did. When I was in Pakistan, there is a huge gap in the villages about marriage halls. So one farmer, one Akajan, same Pakistan Bhaijan, they have one farm and they want to grow there almost the cactus. They already have cactus. But when I go to this Akajan, I say, can I open one marriage hall there? He say, who will come here? Nobody will come here. And I don't have money to put in this my farm. And how I will earn money? I convince him, no, we need to start something, because that time I was the student of Bachelor of Agriculture. Every day my teacher are sending me to do research on cactus. I went every day to this farm. But finally, after spending my 3 months, I convinced this Akajan to open this cactus farm. If you see the example here, we open this cactus farm. $11 we are taking from one person, and we provide food or we provide the same time place. If you see, $3,000 from one weddings we are getting, and on the season, every season they have no place or they have no time to give this wedding hall to anyone. If you see next example, this is called bamboo biryani. Eating too much pulao in Uzbekistan, you never listen example of bamboo pulao. This is the same thing that we can cook in the bamboo. So bamboo biryani, it will be going too much famous in Pakistan. First they opened one branch, now they have 5 branches in Pakistan. If you see, they are selling one biryani in $3. $3 mean almost 30,000 som of in Uzbekistan. So every day they are 1,000 people are visiting them. It means $3,000. They are selling just a plate of biryani and earning from their same bamboo farm. But before, because bamboo crop take a lot of time to grow, because in Pakistan we use this bamboo as the material of roof. When its harvesting is come, we sell in the market to prepare different kind of sheds or different kind of roof material. Greenhouse, it's almost Samarkand Bukhara highway. We can do the same thing. I already put the place here where it will be happen in Uzbekistan. But we have the same kind of greenhouse coffee shop in Pakistan. When I was student of my master in horticulture, I worked my master in the greenhouses. I went to Lahore and there is a greenhouse and there is one Akajan who want to sell this greenhouse. And my professor sent me, can you go there to buy this greenhouse? So because we want to do our research, he want to sell this cheap price. When I went to him, I convinced him because his farmhouse is too near to motorway, so he can easily open the way to enter of public who is traveling via motorway to the main road, like here to Bukhara or here to Samarkand. So when he opened his coffee shop, he is selling coffee inside the greenhouse just in $2. Every day 600 people are visiting him, and you see $1,200 he is earning in one day. Same greenhouse, people love to sit in the field of greenhouse. For example, let's go back your homes. You have small children, grandchildren.
Ask to your grandchildren where tomato is coming, where potatoes are coming. They don't know. They are too much interesting. Okay, maybe we are older, we know very well, but our children is interesting to playing with animal, playing with cat, going to the greenhouse, seeing how cucumber are growing, how tomatoes are growing. So for children, they are crazy to go and enjoy in the field. You know, in Tashkent, we have small apartments where our children can run, where they can play. We need big place for playing, and at the same time, agri-tourism at the same time is a cheap place nearby city, so they can easily go there and they can earn a lot of money. Tulip garden. Kashmir, who is the half part of Pakistan, half part of India. My friend, this is example of 1 week before, he was in Netherlands. He sent me the beautiful photos of tulip fields, and he said, see how much beautiful tulip Netherlands have. I sent my previous picture from Kashmir. I say, how much money you spend to go Netherlands to see this tulip field? He say, a lot. I say, why you not go to Kashmir? When he come back, he visit Kashmir and he send me the pictures. He see my pictures in Netherlands. I already believe he is in Netherlands. Then he smile. He says the same farm in the Kashmir. $2 they are charging per person. 200 people visiting every day, and they are earning $400. In Uzbekistan, you all know very well. We love our Onam. We love our Appa. We love our Khala. On birthdays, we love to give flowers. Why we are importing things, flowers from other countries? Why not in Uzbekistan? If you want to say Uzbekistan is a not country where we can grow, I can give you guarantee. Being a Pakistani, I can say Uzbekistan is a land of gold. You can just throw the seed and seed will be grow. When I come with the group of specialists of agriculture in Surkhandaria, when they are specialists of agriculture in Pakistan, they are going to invest in Surkhandaria. When they enter in Surkhandaria, they see how farmers are growing their crops without fertilizers. In Pakistan, if you want to grow onions, you need to go specific area. If you want to grow potatoes, you need to grow in other areas. But at the same time, in Uzbekistan, you can grow all crops in the same area. Future directions. In Uzbekistan, there is no agriculture museum. So why we are asking about museum? I am standing in agriculture university. If you want to see the history of cotton, where I can go and I can explore the history of cotton of Uzbekistan. If you go to the metro station, we put proudly the shape of cotton in the metro station, but there is no agriculture museum. If you read the history, you know the geography of Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan have very big history that attached with the agriculture sector. We have museum about different kind of stuff. Why not agriculture museum? This can be a place where we can attract tourists. This can be a place where student can go learn. Same time a museum, same time an educational center that can make attract people toward the tourism destination of rural areas of Uzbekistan. We need to work on agriculture theme park. Why? We are celebrating environment days. We are celebrating earth days. But you see every day Uzbekistan, specifically Tashkent, facing a lot of problem with their air pollution. Why not agriculture farms? If we grow to agriculture theme park, we can grow a lot of trees, a lot of things there that can help to prevent our environment, at the same time air. Virtual reality farms, this is very trending in US, in UK, in Canada nowadays. If you go on the website, you can view the virtual reality farm of agriculture sector. We can do one person start in Samarkand, the same concept. It can be same happen in the agriculture sector. We have a lot of challenges in this sector. Why? Now we need to find some Akajan, Apajan, Khalajan, because in Uzbekistan we need these persons. Maybe some ministry support, maybe some. It's not too easy in Uzbekistan. I went to just 15 km away farm. I tried to convince a farmer to open their agri-tourism farm, but he said if I open my agri-tourism farm into the agri-tourism farm, there will be a lot of challenging for me in the form of tax, in the form of regulation, in the form of opening restaurant, in the form of approval. So I think being an institute, being agriculture university, we need to prepare a young leaders who is trained in agriculture sector, specifically in agri-tourism sector, that can develop this sector of this country. And one thing that I can promise, agri-tourism is the future of Uzbekistan.